Hello Marvel Heroes fans, this is Wilfred Wong and I'm now at the test center with me, the soon to be released Iron Fist, as well as the soon to be released How the Duck Team Up. For some of you who has been playing this game for quite some time, you may have already got the achievement reward for Howard the Duck sitting inside your inventory somewhere waiting to be hatched. Now how to get this team up is pretty straightforward. You just need to complete the Armor Defender mission 4 times. So if you are new to a game, that's fine, because whenever there's an armor event, there will be a mission out there. You just have to do it 4 times and you'll get it eventually. So because I think because most of us will have this team up, if not all of us will have this team up very soon. So I thought maybe I'll do a guide on this team up. So in this guide, it's going to be very simple. I'm going to show you, going through the mathematics behind it as well, show you where to allocate points for How the Duck, all right, and give the most optimum result. And do check out my other video on the team up as well, because I've done videos on like the Shield Agent, Agent Carlson. Those are very commonly available team up, as well as I think some other team ups as well, including Iron Man, right? So now back to How the Duck. So what I'm going to do is just introduce some of the special ability that he has, give you some tips on the gearing, and then go through the which are the points that is worth maxing or put some point in it. All right. So now How the Duck is very special. He has a hilarious kind of move and everything. It's just beautiful, and the he hits pretty hard with his basic, and his basic is called the duck strike. All right, so this is basic. So as you put in points like quick attack, so this is fantastic. It's a movement quick attack, and he'll be jumping around like imagine there are multiple enemies around. He'll be just like jumping around every 4-second cooldown, have a knockdown effect. So he jump to the other side as well. Have some feathers around, and then he has something called the falling duck strike. All right, so that is the one that he will just jump down with some feather again. Where does the feather come from? Don't ask. And then there's some like a team up away ability as usual. Then you have friends like dupe. Alright, he can summon friends like dupe here. And the dupe will come down and then slam for once, hits for two, slap for 2 times and slam again kind of thing. So he does kind of like a slap and slam kind of damage, and you can model mathematics around it as well. Pretty interesting. Okay, so this is a quick full apprentice. Is yet another team up. Is a way kind of passive. So if you want to use Howard the Duck as active team up, then you probably would not put points in it. And then you got 5-finger duck punch, and you probably can see. I can't quite catch what this one. I think it's one of those like the things that happen. I can't really like grasp where does it has this punch or because this is test center, by the way. And and after that you have the foot of the furious fowl. All right, so that is yet another one that you can see right now you can see the feet just hitting up in the air. So that is very special. And for the 5-finger duck punch, you can also put in the special point spare clips, which is for the passive. And if the enemy kind of like get defeated with the 5-finger duck punch, then it will kind of explode. Is it not one of the movie anyway? So that is the one that you could put 1 point to it. So now, as I always say in the team up guide, is that 1 point is better than no point, because when you put point in it, you gain half of the benefit already. And if you max it out 15 points, you get the full benefit. I can show you the numbers later to convince you how it works and where you draw a line. So now, and then his signature is hilarious. He becomes Iron Duck, and I'll show it to you. And it goes something like that. All right. So he'll wear this suit. All right. Let me just close this thing. And he's wear this suit, fell down, and then started to spray the fire everywhere. Now, of course, this is very special for this team up, as he does his power here for 20 seconds. He's not doing any other power. So now, of course, the very first question coming to your mind is it a DPS loss? Okay, after that he lost his suit. Imagine if you have a hero that does 20 seconds of signature, then the very first question you ask you probably worry about his DPS loss and so on. So I'm going to answer that as well. Is it worth even 1 point into Iron Duck? All right. So now, okay, no, that was Iron Fist. So now, yeah, so 1 point is better than no point. So that is what I would sort of recommend. And so use this as a base. So now from my calculation, what you should max out for is the quick attack. All right, quick attack you should max out for, because that one hit pretty hard. And foot of the Fury foul as well is foul. That is something that is hit really hard as well. And I've got the numbers show you that Iron Duck is actually not a DPS loss, so it should hit pretty hard as well. If you look at this number is without gear. All right, so these are the 3 powers that I would recommend to max based on the mathematics behind it. Then the next one is the Falling Duck Strike, which is this one here that you should put a remaining point to it. To do it. Now, for those who are new to this game, for team up it's different from for hero, because what team up does is all cooldown. There's no damage over time, layer, whatnot. I mean, there are some, but it's all cooldown. And basically, you're converting points into DPS. It's just as simple as that. You have got 60 mastery points, and you distribute out to give you the maximum DPS for a team up. So that's why I always say put 1 point is better than no point, and after that max out those that give you the maximum potential, and put the 12 point on the 4th kind of ranking. Now I'll show you the numbers later. Now, and the other thing is that you probably ask is this team up any good for the heroes? And I think he's really good as a companion. His number shows pretty promising. I look at his number compared to other team ups that I have. No gear, of course. It's pretty decent. The attack is actually pretty decent. And but what about as a full passive? Now for full passive +1 fighting and also dodge rating, kind of like a buff to it. So if your hero is lacking on the dodge, meaning that your defense the flat hero, then you probably would benefit more from How the Duck as a full passive. But is it my go-to hero as a full passive team up? I probably may not be, because if you have other team up like the Spider Woman for the +1 strength, or the Iron Man for the +1 energy, they have another damage component to it that of course will beat the dodge rating in terms of the DPS. And also, what about for like hybrid? Because hybrid can't use +1 energy or +1 strength, then +1 fighting is probably the way to go. But there are also other team up like the Shield Agent or Agent Carlson, like Falcon, that give you the flat damage rating plus the crit as well. But then 720 dodge rating is pretty decent as well. It's not small, this number. So for those heroes that do not have much dodge rating, meaning that your hero is just purely dodge and deflect, then dodge rating is probably something that you may want to use. All right. So now, what about gear itself? Now, for team up gear, first of all, you must understand how this works first, because for a team up that there's no crit or there's no like brutal chance and whatnot. Then now, of course, you have all these like stuff that give you. This one, the base. Look at the white text, all right. Don't look at the green one first. So the white text wise, there are 15% crit chance that will guarantee for the if you use a team up gear. This one you give you 15%, and then after that, this one will give you less damage or attack is always the same, and after that you have plus base damage as well. So all these white numbers always the same. So if you equip team up gear without looking at any of the affixes, you will get 15% crit, and that's all. But to make your team up very useful as a full companion, my tips to you is that you should focus on a couple of things. You should focus on gear that give you a boost to special power. Now, all this power here, everything here is called special power. You can see special, team up special, team up special, team up special, team up special. Now, some of them are above the default power. Default power is this one here, the Dark Strike. As you can see, he doesn't really do a lot of default power, especially when he channel his Iron Duck. So I would not. This is probably one of the lowest priority for the default power. Go for the special power. If you have any team up gear that give you, like the plus default power is to me is not that exciting, but plus special power. But of course, you have to look at the amount there, the base there. The maximum at 20%. So if you see a 20% special power, it's great stuff. And after that, if you can get some extra crit chance, it's also very good. Crit damage is also good. But the very important thing to me is the brutal, because without any team up gear that has a brutal affix, your team up will not be brutal, and brutal does quite a fair bit of damage, as you could imagine. Right? So to sum up, my tips to you is that use all the gear you have. Go danger room. It drops a lot of like cosmic team up gear. And go for the special power boost, go for the brutal chance, it's very important, go for the crit damage for your team up if you want him as a companion. And then in addition, if you have things like give your damage buff as well, stats how many times, that is good stuff. But then there are some of them is giving you kind of like effect when you use a med kit, you gain damage boost. That's very good if your hero does a lot of take a lot of med kit for spirit boost. Or some of them is to team up gain 100% health, also very good, because then you can keep your team up alive while you are doing your stuff. So because Howard the Dog has a lot of knockdown power, so it's quite useful in a lot of scenario of patrol like danger room as well. So I'm actually really excited about this team up Howard the Dog. And I mean, deep inside I wish he was like full-fledged hero, even if it is a 200 splinter kind of like basic hero. I don't mind just buying him or just unlocking him, because he's such a hilarious guide. And yeah, I mean, do let me know if this is useful to you or not. I hope these tips will be useful for those who are new to this game, because you may be wondering what are these stats for and whatnot. Now, the next part of the video, the final part of the video, is really talking about the numbers behind it. So for those of you who are interested to know the numbers, just stay on, and welcome to just I walk through with you. And it's a very good start for those who are into theory crafting. And for those who say, oh, our number is just too much for me, I mean, thank you for watching this video. And do check out my link at the description of this video. Has a link to my website. There's a whole list of guides and in-game video for this game. All right. So now I'm going out to the spreadsheet here. All right. Now. So the very first thing, of course, you do is that you look at his basic, and his basic actually pretty decent DPS as a basic power. I don't know what happened, but it's actually pretty good because he hit two times, although the attack speed is quite low. But that's cool. And what you can do is look at all the powers that he has. And put 1 point to it, 5 point, 10 point, 15 point. Remember, no gear, because otherwise it may distort the whole thing. Then you observe the damage increase. You have a direct damage on the average. You have high and low, and you have cooldown, so you can work out the total damage. Now, of course, the first rank is always give you the best value. As I always say, because one rank you already get a certain number of DPS. To the amount of DPS, but as you rank up, of course, that would kind of change, and it feels like a diminishing return, but it's not. But it's just that every rank you add another 603 kind of DPS to it. And I use formula here to observe as well, because sometimes as I punch in number, I may punch in wrongly. So if you are very confident, you probably do not need to break down the 1, 5, 10, 15 like I've done. You can probably do a 115 if you want to, just to give you the kind of work out the DPS per rank to and above what is being added. So now this is the key performance indicator, because you would like to convert your points into DPS. All right. So and I use this percentage as well to show you that once you put 1 point, you already get half of the benefit, and as you get to 15 points, you get another half. So 1 point you get half. Additional 14 points, you get the full, which is double. Alright, so that is what it is trying to tell you. And all these are consistent numbers. I mean, for theory crafting, it's very good to see consistency, because it tells you that you're doing the right thing. So, like quick quack attack, I get this amount of DPS per rank, per point. So these are the points convert into DPS is what this one is about. And then you go down and you have Falling Dark Strike, and then your Friends I Dupe. So now Friends I Dupe is a little bit hard to model. Sometimes you have to take your timer and sort of you observe the number that is being shown to your screen. So like for example, if you see like 2 slams, I mean I've observed 2 slams, 6 slaps, but then sometimes there's an animation delay, that you have to observe the number that come up to it. And also, I mean, when it comes to signature, it's a little bit hard to model as well. But I think, I mean, I've timed and I've counted. I've counted 25, 26. I take a more conservative approach. About 25 ticks on that 20-second duration of him firing his fire. So because 2 steep is very, how should I say, very. Sometimes can be a bit misleading. Channel time 1.5 second, cooldown 60 second, duration 20 second. What does that mean, right? So I just manually count the number of ticks that it has, and each tick I know is how much damage. So now to answer the question, is it worthwhile? Because I bought it because those that I have high. Okay, so let me just go down first. So what I've done is that I look into the DPS per rank, and then I sort of like know that which three of them are the highest return. So I invest full points in it, and after that, then I choose the fourth best as the 12 pointer. That's all it is. All right. So now, then after that, I bought all the numbers that I'm getting, and 12 points around this region. So what I've done is I add up all the DPS and I multiply by 20 seconds. It gives me this this number here. All right. So now this number I use it against the total damage from the signature on the full rank, and then if this number higher than that one, then signature is a DPS loss. So I think in a way it kind of similar, all right, because you have to factor in the basic power, which is it's hard to model into it. But as I assume that you have the special gear, the special power boost to it, then this number would then outweigh the basic power that the Quack, is it called Quack Strike? The Quack Duck Strike has. So it is a DPS boost, and so that's why I would, for my Howard the Duck, I would definitely use it. All right. So now I hope this video is useful, and thank you for watching, and I hope you are as excited as I am to see Howard the Duck. I wish I could enlarge him somehow. It's so cute. And by the way, for those who have watched my Iron Fist pre-order or don't bother, I think I just like to announce that he has specialization there as well. So he is actually shaping up to be really, really fun as well from what I've seen. All right, but that is the story for another day. So today is all about Howard the Duck, and see you. Bye.